All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video for you. And in today's video, we got some Samson, all right? Now, this will catch us up with Samson. There's a whole host of songs that I was late on, hadn't been able to upload for a couple of months, and this past week we've been trying to catch up on them. So we caught up on Tom McDonald's. We got a Wren that was hanging out there and an Easy Mill done. We're going to move on to Samson today. This will catch us up with Samson, and I think that leaves like Ryan Upchurch hanging out there and a new Nova song. So these are like the artists and songs I'm going to be reacting to in the immediate future here. So this will catch us up with Samson. So let's get right into this. This is Samson, Sincerely a Taxpayer. Let's go. See what he has in store for us today.
I'm hurting. I can feel my money draining. They take everything I make and you wonder why I'm complaining. I break my neck to make this money, then they just come and take it from me. My wages ain't that great in the first place. I should be paying you nothing. But they keep on coming and they keep on taking. These motherfuckers go ham on me every time I bring them the bacon.
All right, Sammy. All right, Samson. So, you know, he's hurting. He's hurting because he's working his ass off, breaking his neck to make a little bit of money, right? And that little bit that he makes, Uncle Sam needs his cut. And he needs like a significant portion of it, okay? He's not just taking a couple bucks off the top. Like he's taking 20, 25%. All right, that hurts. That hurts. He's like, hey, I shouldn't be paying you guys anything. And then what's he say here about the bacon? Hold on, I forgot it now.
And they keep on taking. These motherfuckers go ham on me every time I bring them the bacon.
They go ham on him every time. You know, he's bringing home the bacon. They're going ham on him. They want some of it, right? They're like, buddy, you're not getting past. You're not getting through here without giving us our cut first. Let's go, Samson.
Coming. And they keep on taking. These motherfuckers go ham on me every time I bring them the bacon. And I wonder what it's for. Ukraine great funding a war. Have we spent enough yet? Should I guess not? Look, here they come for some more.
Oh, what are they using it for? Funding a war, sending it to Ukraine or whatever. Haven't we sent them enough? Well, here, look, here they're coming back for some more. It seems like every time we turn around, there's like $100 billion aid package being put together, get sent over there. You know, it kind of makes you wonder where all that money goes. You know, I mean, I guess, you know, tanks and ammunition and soldiers and stuff like that, but like really that much? I mean, I guess that shit's not cheap. You know, I'm not really in the market for missiles and tanks, so I don't really know where the price points begin on those kinds of things, but it just seems funny that, you know, yeah, every time you turn around, we have to give more for a conflict that is none of our business, frankly. Okay, none of our business. I have a theory as to why we send money over there, okay? I have a couple of strikes on my channel, so I'm not really going to get into it because I'm playing with fire already. So, let's just say kickbacks and laundromats, right? Kickbacks and laundromats. We'll leave it at that. Let's go.
Ukraine great funding a war. Have we spent enough yet? Should I guess not? Look, here they come for some more. Fuck me, I'm sore. Sucks being poor. You had the same job.
Here they're coming for some more. Fuck me, I'm sore. All right, why is he sore? Because he's getting bent over. Maybe they're using lube, maybe not. I don't know about you guys. My ass would still hurt after that either way, though. Let's go, man.
Look, here they come for some more. Fuck me, I'm sore. Sucks being poor. You had the same job for the last 6 years. Wasn't struggling before. Back when Trump was in office. Fuck all the junk that they called him. I never saw any of the shit that people always said he was in the comments. All of it was nonsense. I ain't even trying to ride him either. I'm just saying you gotta admit that shit was fine when he was the leader. It was...
You know, hey, say what you will about the man. Say what you will. Gas was cheap. Food was cheap. Jobs were plentiful. Wages were going up. You know, and honestly, like, for most of us, whether you realize it or not, those are the most important issues, okay? In your day-to-day life, those are the most important issues. For example, it is costing me 20 to 30% more to feed my cats. To feed my cats. I used to get a bag of cat food, just a little bag for like $5, okay? You can get like a 15-pound bag or whatever, and it used to be 12, 13-ish. And this was just a few short years ago. All right, that small bag is now $8. That big bag is 18 or 19 now. I had my last kid just get out of diapers this past year, but the cost of diapers were going up. And it used to be like $6 for a regular like 30 pack of Loves. And now I want to say it's like over $8. So it's like, if you look around, all these products everywhere are skyrocketing in price. We spend, let's just say $300 a month in grocery, or a month. I wish we spent $300 a month. $300 a week in groceries. And that used to get us everything we needed, plus some things to stash away in the pantry, right? Some extra stuff, some extra jars of pickles, some, canned goods, some rice, whatever, some side dishes, extra boxes of cereal. So we'd spend that money and we'd have enough for the week plus a little more, okay? Maybe put some stuff in the freezer, right? Maybe there's like roasts on sale so we can get the extra one and we could put that in the freezer for, a couple of weeks down the road. Now that same $300, we're like putting shit back, well, maybe not putting shit back, but we're like, do I really want to do that? No, we can't really afford that right now because it's getting us basically almost what we need, mostly what we need now, and there's nothing extra. And honestly, some weeks, like the last couple of days of the week before we go grocery shopping again, are rough. They're rough. It just is what it is, though. I mean, food prices have skyrocketed in my area. It's insane. Let's go.
Nonsense, I ain't even trying to ride him either. I'm just saying you gotta admit that shit was fine when he was the leader. It was fine when he was in charge. I never saw bills as high as they are. I never got chills just literally thinking about filling up my car. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and we're paying, let's just call it $2. Okay, I know for a majority of his presidency, for a good portion of it, I was paying less than $2 for a gallon of gas. Anymore, it's like, it's hard pressed for me to find it under like $3.60. Seems to be as low as it'll hit in my area, then it yo-yos back up. So it's $50, $60 plus to fill my tank, where it used to be what, 35? Just a few short years. Like, we're not talking 10 years ago, people. This is like 3 years ago. So it's insane. It's just absolute insanity. Let's go.
Bills as high as they are. I never got chills just literally thinking about filling up my car. It shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't.
Russia or Ukraine.
No, it shouldn't. I'm sorry for pausing. I'm not really sorry for pausing. But it should not be that way. Because look, I just pointed out that all this stuff has been going up 20, 30%. Have my wages gone up 20, 30%? No. Has your hourly gone up 20, 30%? No. What are you lucky to get a year? 2.5% raise? So 15 years from now, we will be able to afford how we're living today based on like pay raises and whatnot. So like everything else is costing us 30% extra a year. We're increasing by 2.5%. It's crazy to me. Just crazy. Let's go, man. We're never getting through this song.
Just literally thinking about filling up my car. It shouldn't be that way. I don't care about Russia or Ukraine.
Neither do I.
I do care about my own country.
Caveat, okay? I don't care about the conflict. I care about the people dying, and the war and the destruction and all that. Do I give a shit who wins? No. It doesn't matter to me. It has nothing to do with me. So if Ukraine is able to stave off Russia's attack, great. If Russia runs roughshod over Ukraine, great. Just end the damn thing. Just get it over with. Let's go.
it shouldn't be that way. I don't care about Russia or Ukraine, but I do care about my own country. Is that insane? I care a lot about all the tons of money that we're paying, because it's mine, not yours, and I'm the one that feels the pain.
Yes.
On my fucking ass for every dime I make. It'd be fine if they would spend my money wisely, but no way. It'd be great if they would.
Yes. You know, like, you can at least understand it if they were taking this tax money and we were seeing the fruits of that labor, right? You're seeing that, you know, our infrastructure is amazing, and you know, education's out of this world, you know? I mean, if you could see results, you could be like, okay, you know what? They're taking a bunch of my money, but look at how I'm benefiting from this. Look at all the good this is doing for our citizens and our country. Okay? As it is now, though, they're taking money, they're charging us extra for everything, and then they're sending that money overseas. Kickbacks and laundromats, people. That's what it's all about. Let's go.
For every dime I make, it'd be fine if they would spend my money wisely, but no way. It'd be great if they would take it and pay for important shit that benefited you and me, and not just wage wars with it.
Yes.
Where the fuck are all the liberals? I thought you stood against this shit. I thought the war machine was your enemy. Now you're friends with it? Now you want to go.
You know, and you won't get any of them to acknowledge that. Because that used to be the thing, right? Anti-war, anti-big business. And who do they cozy up now? The warmongers and the big businesses, okay? Their branding, their messaging must be phenomenal. Phenomenal that you could convince people for decades that you stand for these principles, and then just in a few short years you're able to convince people to embrace the principles that you stood against for decades. It makes no sense. You know, I think a lot of people look at Democratic Party and they think of, you know, 90s Democrats, 80s, you know, back when they stood for certain things that they do not stand for anymore, but people still look at them with like a nostalgic eye. I have family members that are like this, and it's like, this party that you are supporting is not the same party from 10, 15, 20 years ago. They technically are. I think that it's planned out this way, but they're not standing for the same ideals, you know, that they championed for decades. Makes no sense. This world makes no... This is like South Park's The Chewbacca Defense. It makes no sense. Let's go, man.
Thought you stood against this shit. I thought the war machine was your enemy. Now you're friends with it? Now you want to go to war? Now you want to fight? Now you want to pick sides in a feud where everyone is white? Now you want to get involved and go and blow a person up? I'm just saying, I'm surprised this altercation ain't diverse enough. No one deserves this stuff. I just don't believe the tears you weep. Countries where brown people get bombed every day. I don't hear a peep. You fucking hypocrites.
He said it, man. He said it. Let's go.
Believe the tears you weep. Countries where brown people get bombed every day. I don't hear a peep. You fucking hypocrites. Thought the race thing was your shtick. I thought as long as white people were involved, you don't give a shit. Those are your words, not mine. I'm just wondering why. Why do we have endless money for them and none for Hawaii?
Oh, yes. Yes, you have money for any, you know, conflict overseas that they deem worthy of spending money on. We can't rebuild Hawaii, though. What, they're going around like offering people like pennies on the dollar for their properties that have been destroyed. And someone, you know, is going to scoop all that stuff up for cheap, the government, and then they are going to rehabilitate it. It's just, it's theft. That is just theft. But let's not get into that. Let's not lose the plot here. Let's keep going, Samson.
I'm just wondering why. Why do we have endless money for them and none for Hawaii? Why is it every time Zelensky needs a loan from someone, we're the only ones that give it to him like we owe him something? We got issues over
technically, Samson, we're not the only ones. It's like all the Western countries, okay? Because I think Ukraine was a very important place. Like I'm alluded to a couple of times in this video, it's a very important place for Western countries and specifically Western politicians. Because as soon as this happened, it was like a mad rush to send as much money as humanly possible from all these countries to Ukraine. And I told you the reasons why, because they're all doing it. They're all doing it. And they see their gravy train possibly coming to an end. That's why you're getting this backlash. All right. And why it's so important that we stop Russia. We need to stop the war. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't give a shit who wins, who loses. The killing is what's awful. I can care less about, you're basically losing your money printing machine. All right. Let's go.
Zelensky needs a loan from someone. We're the only ones that give it to him like we owe him something. We got issues of our own here at home that no one's discussing, and they keep growing because no one in power is gonna do nothing. We're stuck. How the fuck we gonna help somebody else when we can't even reach inside our own pockets to help ourselves? We could allocate that money to our own people in different ways, to clothe and feed and bathe and let them know it'll be okay. We could definitely do that. Don't tell me it's not that simple. People overcomplicate this and make it some fucking riddle like can't just feed everyone.
Oh, God. Oh, Samson, man. He speaks so much damn truth. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, if we really wanted to, he's absolutely right. You're taking all that money. If you spend it on the poor and the homeless here. Now, like, I'm not advocating for, like, setting people up in, like, huge houses and this and that. But, like, if we had to choose between helping our own citizens that need a hand or sending money overseas for whatever reason, I'm more than happy for you to take money out of my paycheck to spread around to people in the United States who need it, okay? Now, there has to be limits on it, and that's a whole other can of worms that we're not going to start discussing. But if I had to choose A or B, I'm choosing that. I'm choosing A every time. A for America, right? Let's go.
That costs way less than we've sent to Ukraine. I know that.
Yes.
You don't have to be a mathematician or a foreign relations expert to figure out that division. You don't have to draw a graph to see it would cost a fraction to solve half of the problems we have and stop them from happening.
Yes.
I'm just saying, what kind of fucking world?
A perfect example of this, okay? What was the total cost of the wall going to be when Trump took office? 18 billion? I want to say 18 billion. And everyone was freaking out. We don't have that kind of money. That's too much. That's way too expensive. It's like, you could tell us that, and then you've shipped what, 400 billion or some odd dollars to Ukraine in the last year, and you couldn't find 18 billion in 4 years. You guys don't even have a budget. There's no budget. You just tack it onto the debt, for Christ's sake. You have a limitless credit card. Limitless. You couldn't put 18 of it out there to stop the influx of illegal immigration, okay? Immigration is great. It is good for this country. We are a diverse country. We all immigrated over here through proper channels, okay? You can't just have unfettered access. That's not good. If all of Mexico decides to come into America overnight, that's a problem. And it's not a problem because it's, our southern neighbor coming over. It's a problem because we can't take that kind of influx of people. We don't have the program set up in place. We don't have the infrastructure set up in place. That's why there's, 85,000 immigrant kids missing that were released inside of the United States and are unaccounted for. Yet, Trump was splitting up families, right? This is 85,000, since the last, year or two or something like that. It's insane. It's insane. Let's go.
to solve half of the problems we have and stop them from happening. I'm just saying, what kind of fucking world we living in? So many billions we've given them. When's Europe chipping in? When we gonna start splitting and stirring up the dividends?
They have though. Europe, I believe Europe has, because didn't was it Germany and England maybe have both given them money? Didn't Boris Johnson give them like a big, sign like a big package or something when this started? Was he even still in office? I can't remember. I don't pay attention to politics over there, but I do recall that Western countries and European countries have been giving them money. Unless I'm wrong, maybe I'm confused. I don't know.
When we gonna start splitting and stirring up the dividends and begin telling other nations it's your turn to lend a hand? Listen, I don't think Ukraine deserves any of this, but I also don't think Zelensky is as great as they said he is. I don't believe the media when they blurt shit on their shows. You'd have to be naive to think this dude's as pure as driven snow. No one is. Especially when you run a nation, dog. Your morals are compromised the minute that you take the job. So I don't trust Zelensky, Putin, Biden, or anyone. I don't think any of them give a fuck about all us little ones. All the people of Russia.
Good, these career politicians do not. That's what drew me to Trump initially, is he was an outsider, okay? And I knew at that point that I had been duped by politicians all my life. They say one thing, they do another. I thought for sure back a long time, what was 2008, okay, 2008 election, I thought for sure, because Obama ran on, what was his, transparency, right? He was going to have the most transparent government ever, and they were going to be accountable. And I was all for that. I'm like, somebody who's going to kind of rein in the government, be transparent, and hold themselves accountable, sign me up. Sign me up. Well, that was a fucking lie. That was an absolute fucking lie, wasn't it? So that was the moment that I decided I will never vote for a career politician again. So in 2012, I did not vote. 2016, I was not planning on voting until Trump. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll vote for this guy because, hey, maybe he'll get into office and he'll say one thing and then do another. But that's the same thing I've been dealing with. If there is any chance for someone to say that they're going to do something and then actually do it, it would be this guy. And for the most part, he did exactly what he said, or he was trying hard as hell to do exactly what he said. And I can appreciate that. Tell me what you're going to do and then try to do it, right? Let's go.
Anyone, I don't think any of them give a fuck about all us little ones.
No.
All the people of Russia, all the people of Ukraine, most of the people of the USA probably feel the same. We don't want this shit, it's only the elites that do. They line their pockets, they profit from this, but not from me and you. Quite the contrary, in fact, we pay for it with our lives and money. They take chunks of everything we make, and soldiers die for nothing, so they can gain some more power and keep their banks fat. And all we get is table scraps. Fuck yeah, it makes me mad. Fuck yeah, I get upset. We're constantly ignored.
God damn it,
I
Samson.
gotta pay for this. I don't want this war. How the Pentagon have $6 billion unaccounted for, but when I do my taxes, I'm afraid to be $1 short. I'm afraid I'll.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, yeah, they could lose money. They could lose billions of dollars. Oh, we lost $6 billion. You know, if I'm a couple bucks short on my taxes, though, man, like, who's getting audited, right? Who's getting threatened? Who has the IRS coming? I mean, I've never experienced that personally because my taxes are pretty simple to do, and I make sure that a professional does them, so, like, you know, I'm not going to fuck anything up. But he's absolutely right. It doesn't make any sense. If we have to live within a budget, why don't they have to live within a budget? Doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense. Let's go.
Unaccounted for, but when I do my taxes, I'm afraid to be $1 short. I'm afraid I'll go to jail. I'm afraid I'll do some time if I don't pay you back the money that you wasted. That was mine. I can't be quiet anymore. It's impossible to shut up. I'm sick and tired of being responsible.
Damn, Samson. Damn, Samson. Let him have it, man.
There's never a plan of action. All we seem to do is shout it, and I'm guilty of it too. Always bitching and complaining, never walking, always talking, always lipping off and saying I'ma do shit, but I don't. And to be honest with you, that's the.
All right, he's saying, hey, man, like, we can't just talk about it, but, you know, and, like, I understand his frustration. I understand where he's coming from right there. But we eat good still, people. People in America, you're still eating. You're not going to see anything like what he's kind of referencing until people are starving. All right, that's when shit happens. 3 meals away, okay? 3 missed meals away. Let's go.
Talking, always lipping off and saying I'ma do shit, but I don't. And to be honest with you, that's the reason I don't make a lot of songs, and that's the truth. I'm sick of bumping my gums. I'm tired
come
of
on,
flapping my
Samson.
jibs. Something needs to be done.
Dude, I get it, man. I get it, but we need you, man. We need to spread awareness, and songs like this is what does that. This is not a time for rash actions, okay? We need to spread awareness and get people unified right now. Let's go. We need your music, Samson.
And I don't know if rapping is it. We need a real solution, but we need to get together first, because unless we're all in this as a whole, it'll never work.
Yes, exactly.
However, what do I know? I'm just a moron with a pen, but there's power in numbers, and there's more of us than them.
The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged.
Ooh, little George Carlin.
Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have.
I love it.
Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all.
Awesome. Fantastic. Another on-point message from Samson. Got George Carlin at the end. Doesn't matter what color shirt you have on, right? I love that, man. If you're not familiar with George Carlin, go watch some of his stand-up. The guy is like a very philosophical, all right? And he was ahead of his time. But there you have it. That'll be the reaction. Another fantastic one from Samson. We need more, buddy. We need more. Please keep kicking out songs. That'll do it, though. That'll be the reaction. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.